This is something I wanted to talk about for a while. This is the noise-canceling Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds, which I got a few weeks ago. And I did a review and I realized it didn't finish the review, which is good because since then I've taken about 14 flights. 14 plane flights, and I've used these each and every time. So they open right up, and what are they? They are earbuds, and they kind of go in your ear, just like that. They fit really nicely, and what I think a lot of the reviewers go light on, or even some don't mention at all, is the fact that it's about the fit. It is really, that is probably the biggest thing about these things is the fit. For me, being on a plane, I gotta put them in quickly, take them out all the time, and people come down the aisle, like the flight attendant, take them out, talk, put them in. I mean, you can kind of cancel them, but I think it's kind of rude. I always like to take them out, talk for a little bit, and then put them back in. With the Sony, from the reviews, and again, there's some great reviews. They do a better job than I could ever do. Well, maybe if I tried. But they mentioned that, you kind of got to squeeze them and fit them, and they expand, and I just don't have it. I ain't got no time for that. So that's why I kind of went with these, the Bose, and the reason number two, so that was reason number one, the comfort. Because a lot of the reviewers, they say, well, after about a half an hour, they get uncomfortable. A half hour, I'm on a flight for a minimum of 2 hours to 5 hours, so I cannot have an uncomfortable ear. They've got to be comfortable. So that's what I think the most important thing for me is that, yeah, if it's going to be my ear, it's like that phrase, the best camera is the one you actually have with you. So yeah, the best earbud is the one that's actually in your ear. So yeah, if you're just not going to be comfortable after half an hour, I don't want that in my ear. So, and then reason number two is supposedly these have the best noise canceling. I don't have the Sony. I never had the Sony. I bought these instead of the Sony. But the reason why, those two reasons, the comfort and the noise canceling. These do a great job of the noise canceling. Just make sure you have it on the highest setting. Because for a while I had it on a medium setting. I didn't even realize, and I thought, I can still kind of hear some noise. This is kind of weird. It doesn't do as good a job as I thought. But then I realized, oh, it's not on the highest setting. Hit a button, and then boom, it goes up. So you gotta read the instructions, or at least a video on learn how to use these things. I don't even know all the features yet about the volume and stuff like that. I just know how to stop and start them, but I'm learning. So yeah, those two reasons alone are why I went with the Bose Quiet Comfort. I'm very happy with them. Again, 14 flights. Downside, and I don't really use all the software or stuff like that, so I can't compare. Maybe Sony does a better job on the software, the EQ, and I don't know, sound is sound to me. I'm not really that big on, I'm not a audiophile, whatever. I wouldn't know the difference. So again, if you're like me, you don't really care about that much about it, you couldn't even tell the difference, Coke or Pepsi, then another reason that these are. The downside, there is a downside in that the time, and it's weird because it's about the same size as the Sony, so why does the Bose not last as long? They're not kidding, about 4 hours, and you'll be on low, you'll be on empty. So if you've got a 5-hour flight, you're not going to make it the whole time with these things on. It'd be quite close, but yeah, it does run out of power about that. The good part is, put them back in the case. The case is got all sorts of power, so you put them back in the case for a little bit. Maybe that way you're having your lunch, your dinner on the flight, or your meal, if you get a meal, depending on if you're flying first class or not. And then, 15 minutes later, you're back, you're topped up, you've already got enough the rest of the flight. So that's kind of the only downside. But they do charge quickly, so I would say that I highly recommend them. Again, after 14 flights, I really got to know these things. And people will say, yeah, the headphones do work better. Yeah, but for me, it's just, I don't want to carry around the big case and the big headphones, and there's just all that weight, because a lot of times I have a backpack and it's in there, so that's why I kind of like these nice little light guys. Since we're here, it does come in a decent box, comes with 3 sets of earbuds. The only thing I noticed was a bit of waste. I gotta call them out for it. There's just no reason to have, it's just this piece of plastic. Is it biodegradable plastic? I don't think so, probably not, but the rest of it's like cardboard and paper, so why did they just do this? It just doesn't make sense to me, but maybe they have their reasons, but to me that seemed kind of wasteful. But it's packaged nicely. Anyway, I don't want to make this too long. Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds. Yeah, if you can get them at a good price, then even better, but I like them. And the case isn't that bad. I wasn't worried about the case being so big, so the reviews. But the number one thing, comfortable, in and out really fast. If you are jogging or whatever, they'll stay in pretty well, but they're not going to be like the hook ones that go around your ear. These can fall out, and they have for me. So they're a good fit, but they're not perfect. They can definitely fall out if they get jiggled around too much. So it's not really, if you're a runner, probably not the best things for running. So just putting it out there. Quiet Comfort. Buy them now. Woohoo!